Andrew Augustus joined us with the what did we done with the AA report?
Something like that. I completely forgot what it was last week, but thank you for calling me great. Thank you for calling me great.
No problem. AA report here. Andrew Augustus, 90.7 WXIN Radio. How's it going, Mr. Augustus?
It's going. It's actually starting to snow where I live, so it looks like I'm going to have a fun night.
It's just starting to snow.
Get that shovel ready.
Yeah, it's been snowing since about I'd say 1 o'clock over here on Staten Island. So brace yourself over there. Give me one thing that stood out to you last week. I know you're big Patriots Red Sox. Before we get into the nitty gritty, and we got the big Redskins Cowboys game tomorrow. Patriots last week struggling against the Jaguars. Why? What was the reason why the Patriots struggled so mightily against Jacksonville?
Trap game. Plain and simple to put it, that was definitely a trap game. You're coming off a tough loss to the 49ers, and you come off again, and you're trying to not overlook your opponents. You've already made the playoffs, but you're at a point now, you're playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're going to have Tim Tebow as their quarterback next year. Okay. So you're kind of thinking this team's already not that great of a team, and now you're going in, Belichick likes to say, we take it one game at a time, but as an athlete, you kind of can't even think that way because it's a team that is so bad, and the Patriots are just that superior that they looked over them, and they say they did prep, but there was no syncing going on in there. And again, the defense kind of had a terrible game where they made what's his face down in Jacksonville look like a good quarterback.
Now there's no reason for concern. Again, they lost to the 49ers a couple of weeks ago. They barely beat the Jaguars. No signs of concern for the Patriots going into this game against tomorrow against Miami?
I don't think so because it all depends if Gronkowski's going to play again. I haven't found any reports saying that he definitely is or definitely isn't. If Gronk is healthy enough to play, then I would like to see him play because I have a feeling we're not going to get that bye. So if we don't get that bye, we want to get Gronkowski in there to try to get some reps to get back into the flow of things. But this, which is very interesting, is that there's so many opportunities that the Patriots still have a shot at the number 1 seed, which I just think is phenomenal. But also they have a chance really to get a bye because that Indianapolis-Houston game, you can make arguments that Indianapolis can beat Houston, no problem. But even in the Kansas City-Denver game, yeah, it's the Kansas City Chiefs. But last year, the Chiefs beat our Tim Tebow-led Broncos, who were playing really well. So you can't necessarily count out the Chiefs. I mean, I'm not going to say the Chiefs are going to win that game, but I wouldn't be as surprised as I normally would if the Chiefs beat the Broncos.
Now, again, what has made you scratch your head the most with the team known as the New York Jets? You had reports coming this week now, Rex saying that, or reports coming out that Rex was apparently sitting there, Rex is denying this, that he, if nothing gets changed, he wants to get fired, and this and that, and Sanchez starting this week over Tebow, and Tebow lying about everything. What can you just make of this? And honestly, what do the Jets have to do? I mean, me personally, I don't think the Jets are that far off. I think they need to make a few personnel changes, obviously beef up on the talent, but I don't think this is a team that's far away from contending. What do you think they have to do? Do they have to clean house? What do you think they're going to do with Rex? What do you think they're going to do with Tannenbaum? What's going on with the Jets here for this last game and for next year?
As looking at it right now, Rex Ryan, I don't know really what's going on down in New York. Do they need to clean house? Yes. Tannenbaum needs to go. Rex Ryan needs to go. It's just not working. You got to get rid of Mark Sanchez. And everyone keeps saying Michael Vick wants to come to the Jets. That is a terrible choice for the Jets if they want to become a better team and become more of a serious and not as much of a joke as they were this year. If you want to be serious, you've got to bring in a quarterback like an Alex Smith. You've got to bring in maybe even a Matt Flynn is better than a Michael Vick right now because Michael Vick is injury prone, makes too many mistakes, and you're just looking at a quarterback where they kind of had a Michael Vick already. Maybe not to his skill level, but Tim Tebow has a very similar style and can play a very similar game to a Michael Vick. And he does it without killing dogs. And he's a good Christian about it. So he had all this opportunity to make an impact. And then you bring up today where last week he names McElroy the starter. McElroy goes down with a concussion.
11 sacks in his first game.
So now you're Rex Ryan, and everyone's been wanting to know who brought Tebow over, and this just adds even more questions. Who wanted Tebow to come to this team? Was it the owners? Was it Tannenbaum? Was it Rex? Was it Soriano? Nobody knows. No one's taking responsibility for it, and someone needs to. And I can say, it seems like it's not Rex Ryan, but maybe Rex Ryan wanted to bring him over, saw him in practice, and then he's just going to try to play the whole, I didn't want to bring him over, I didn't play him thing. And it's just, it's honestly, that quarterback situation is a mess. They need, honestly, an Alex Smith or a Matt Flynn, because you can't get Alex Smith, I'm sorry to say this, because he's going to cost too much money. Alex Smith is a top 5 quarterback this year, and he's on the bench. So you really got to think about this. If you're the New York Jets, who can you get to come in? Matt Flynn? Possible. You're going to have to trade something up. And the Seahawks aren't going to take Mark Sanchez. And you need to get rid of Mark Sanchez to even have a quarterback coming here without there being all this big hubbubaloo or whatever the heck you want to call that mess down in New York.
Now, honestly, me personally, I think it was a Woody and Tannenbaum deal with Tebow. I don't think Rex wanted him at all. I think it's plain as day.
Tannenbaum more than likely be out after this offseason.
I've heard that they're going to reassign Tannenbaum, which I think is very tough to do.
Wait, they're going to re-sign? The reports saying they're going to re-sign Tannenbaum?
No, reports are going to get rid of him.
No, they're going to reassign him. They're going to they're going to take away his general manager duties and keep him in the organization, which I think is very tough.
No, here's the thing about Tannenbaum. He is not a GM. He is not a general manager. He does not have the football intelligence to make those types of moves. He is a great salary cap guy and can give great advice on the salary cap numbers and worth for players, but he's not good at signing those players, and that's where it's the downfall. So reassigning him within the organization is a good thing if he's only taking a role, giving advice, saying this is how much he's worth as compared to X, Y, and Z. But Rex Ryan, if Tannenbaum's going to get reassigned, Rex Ryan is definitely gone then.
Give me 2 coaches, Andrew, and by the way, it's 323 talking with Andrew Augustus.
I know where this is going.
Of WXIN 90.7. Give me 2 coaches that you think that for sure, win, lose, or tie tomorrow, they're gone. They're out of jobs. Give me 2 coaches, and also give me two more coaches that their jobs depend on the outcome of tomorrow's game and the performance of their team in tomorrow's game.
Jason Garrett gone. It just hasn't worked out in Dallas.
Really?
And as much as Jerry Jones says it, even if they win tomorrow, I still think Jerry Jones is gone at the end of the year. Granted, I can't believe I'm even saying this when Sean Payton just signed an extension to stay with the Saints for 5 more years. But with that, Ken Wisenhunt also. Not Ken Wisenhunt. Well, Ken Wisenhunt. Actually,
the Cardinals Wisenhunt.
Wisenhunt is it's same thing. It's just not working out there in Arizona. And then also Romeo Crennel. I love the guy, but even if he can somehow beat the Broncos, he might save himself a little bit. But it just looks like it's his time there in Kansas City. He failed in Cleveland, and now he failed again in Kansas City. So it's just maybe he needs to go back to being a coordinator to help him out. 2 coaches where their jobs depend on it. Lovie Smith. A lot of disappointment's been coming out of Chicago. They had that one trip to the Super Bowl against Indianapolis. And then besides that, there's really nothing that he can really hang his hat on that he's done well for the organization. So he's definitely on the hot seat. As well as the guy from Minnesota. I forget his name right now.
Leslie Frazier.
Leslie Frazier, yeah. So he's also kind of on the hot seat. If he wins, he stays. He's done a lot with the little, and that's a team I think you can be looking at that will pick up an Alex Smith. But as well, you can also see, because Christian Ponder's just not a good NFL quarterback. So once this offseason comes, you're going to start noticing probably one of the most interesting when it comes to big name quarterback changes with Michael Vick and Alex Smith both being on the market, and even Matt Flynn being on the market with the success of Russell Wilson.
What about Andy Reid, Norv Turner? I
can't believe I forgot about them because I assumed they've already been fired.
Yeah, same here. I'm assuming they're already fired.
Well, basically,
they're 2 guys that are gone, win or lost. I'm going with those 2.
Yeah, they're gone.
Well, I consider those guys long gone fired. That's the obvious 2 answers.
Exactly, they're gone.
It's just everyone knows it, and no matter what the San Diego GM says, no matter what Philadelphia says, their time has gone, and Andy Reid's going to be a great coach of your New York Jets.
Oh, good God Almighty!
Andy Reid to the Jets?
I don't know who's fatter though, Rex Ryan or Andy Reid.
Oh,
so it's going to be interesting on that
lost a lot of weight. You look at pictures of him; he lost weight.
What?
Yeah, he looked good, but then I think Ryan's getting back on those Twinkie and Toes diet. So.
Oh, no. What? Give me your opinion on Chip Kelly. Do you think he's coming over to the NFL? Do you think he's going to be successful in the NFL? And who's going to pick him up?
Chip Kelly. He is one cocky person.
San Diego.
I don't think he goes to San Diego.
I think he stays in the West.
He could stay in the West. If Wisenhunt gets fired in Arizona, I could see him going to Arizona because that's a team where he has the ability to take over a major part of the franchise. As you know, and you look at it when he comes out with the demand saying he wants to have major control of an NFL franchise. He's a college coach. What has he ever accomplished before in the NFL? Nothing. You are too arrogant to, I think, be successful in the NFL if you want to have that much control. Because what's going to happen is he's going to get in the league. He's going to be with a mediocrely bad team, take control of it. They're still going to continue to do poorly. And then he's going to get fired, and he's going to have kind of like the Nick Saban effect in the NFL, where he's not going to be a good NFL coach, great college coach, terrible NFL coach.
I think leaning towards him. I could see him in San Diego, but that's a good point by you. I could see him going to Arizona on the West. I don't
want him in New York though.
I don't know about Chip Kelly in New York. I don't think Woody Johnson would take Chip Kelly. I could see it because again, Woody has made you scratch your head a few times as owner, but I don't think Chip Kelly would come here.
Chip Kelly is a New England guy. He coached at UNH. He's from around here, so it wouldn't surprise me if he wanted to come to the Northeast. But if anything, if Chip Kelly was smart, he'd be starting to talk with Bill Belichick because everyone knows as soon as Brady gone, Belichick's gone. And that's going to be a great coaching job to pick up whoever you are because Ryan Mallett is a better quarterback than anyone the Jets have.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So you're getting this whole build around him. You're going to have a Gronkowski. You're going to have a Hernandez. You're going to have a Jones. You're going to have a Hightower. You're going to have a solid group of guys coming in who are going to be in their prime. They're going to be seasoned veterans by the time you become the head coach of the team. If Chip Kelly's smart, he starts talking with Belichick and becoming friendly with him and keeps his college job until the Patriots job opens and then goes right to New England. That's what I would do if I was Chip Kelly.
Redskins, Cowboys tomorrow. Huge.
Oh, the Succo Bowl, as I like to call it.
Huge game tomorrow. Washington looking for their first division title since '99. It's going to be one hell of a ball game. I think. I'm fearing the outcome. I think Washington will take it. But what are your thoughts? Redskins, Cowboys tomorrow. Big primetime game to wrap up Week 17 and to wrap up the regular season.
This is going to be a match of two even teams who are mediocre at best. One team's really lucky riding the hot streak of RG3, and the other team just has dumb luck. So it's just one of those things where you're looking at it, and it's an interesting game. As me personally, I am going to be rooting for the Cowboys. Why? Because as soon as the Cowboys win, the Giants are out of the playoffs, which is great to see. And I think every NFC team will be I think that's a great relief to see the Giants not in the playoffs. But to pick it, if I had to put my money on it, for some reason, I think this is the game where Romo is going to not play really well, but play well enough to win. So I'm going to say the Cowboys by 3. Eli Manning, elite. Everyone was like, oh, he's an elite quarterback. He beat Brady twice. No, he's not an elite quarterback. An elite quarterback does it on a consistent basis and is at the top of his division every year, a la Tom Brady. Even the year that he didn't make it, the team didn't make the playoffs. So it kind of shows. Every year that Tom Brady's played since he's really come into the league, since I think it was like 2006 was the last time Brady missed the playoffs, that's an elite quarterback who's just dominant and above and beyond at every level. Eli Manning has too much inconsistency, and you saw it last week, and that's the reason why the Giants are going to miss the playoffs, is because of Eli Manning.
Well, again, Giants not making the playoffs according to Mr. Augustus, Cowboys winning by 3, and also Chip Kelly going to Arizona.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. I mean, like I said, if Kelly was smart, he could get the Belichick treatment as soon as Belichick left, but I think he's going to be a little too impatient, and it's going to end up hurting him in the end.
Yeah, I think so too. Andrew Augustus, 90.7 WXIN. Appreciate your time this afternoon, sir. Thank you, and also Happy New Year. See you in 2013.
Yeah, Happy New Year. I'll see you guys in 2013.